Bachelorette and Bachelor in Paradise alum Blake Moynes is opening up and revealing a shocking story. He was involved in a dangerous, life-threatening accident. Thankfully, he did not die, but his story is terrifying. Keep reading to find out more. Blake Moynes involved in life-threatening accident. Blake Moynes contemplated sharing his story with fans. One reason he contemplated sharing was because he knew his mom would lose it. So, while kayaking peacefully, he shared what happened to him in June that almost cost him his life while diving with sharks. Shockingly, his accident had nothing to do with the sharks. Blake ultimately decided to share his story because he wanted to raise awareness. He experienced a shallow water blackout while diving with sharks. He had been diving in 100 feet of water, and he admits he got caught up in the moment and neglected his personal safety. Blake said they did have safety measures in place, including a depth marker that he'd totally neglected. He didn't realize how deep he had dived until he saw the bottom of the ocean. Panic set in and he knew he had to get back up to the surface. When he finally only had 15 feet left until he reached the surface, he blacked out. Blake said, "All the oxygen left my lungs and at this point I blacked out. I don't remember those 15 seconds of my life." He continued to say, "Once I came to the surface, I was face down in the water. Luckily Tanner and another friend of mine were there. They flipped me right onto my back so I didn't suck any water into my lungs. Everything can change in an instant." Blake Moynes shared that shallow water blackouts happen more frequently than people realize. Even professionals experience it. He also realizes that he made several mistakes on this dive that caused him to have this accident. He had been sick previously with a bad virus and hadn't completely recovered. Blake admits he never should have been diving that day anyway. He also ignored that depth marker his team had and went further. He also had new fins that allowed him to go deeper and also go much quicker. Blake wanted everyone to know that life can change in an instant. He said, "All this to say is that everything can change in an instant. 5 to 10 seconds difference with this accident, and I'm not the one telling you this story." In his caption, Blake said, "Always respect open or moving water. Know your limits, environment and all potential risks." Folded hands. The combination of a few mistakes at one time can make the perfect storm, and I got caught in it. Along with the story, he shared a video of a shallow water blackout in a controlled environment. His mom did comment on his post saying, "I heard about this for the first time a couple of weeks ago during our trip to Singapore. Don't even get me started. Every single gray hair on my head is from this child. Heart 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 folded hands folded hands." Have you ever heard of this happening? Keep reading to find out more.